With every one of these operations we visit, there is a common theme, the goal of leaving the land better than they found it. Now, we head to Region 3 to meet a winning family from Iowa.
In the hills of southwest Iowa, it's not hard to find your way to Nichols Farms, with the big bull named Stanley along the road to greet you. Nichols Farms is known around the world for its purebred cattle genetics.
This year we're breeding 1,500 cows and heifers, so at any given time we've got about 2,000 head of seed stock on the farm. Our main business is selling bulls. Here in Iowa we will sell between 400 and 450 bulls a year.
The farm was founded by Dave's dad, joined by Dave and his late brother Lee. Today, Dave, his wife Phyllis, and sister-in-law Lillian work together in the operation, with help from a crew of dedicated long-term employees. Nichols Farm stretches across nearly 6,000 acres of owned and rented crop and pasture ground.
We've always had to buy land that had been abused, and our land, we've been our whole life taking land that was in crops and converting it to grass and hay, where most of our peers have been taking pasture land and converting it to corn ground. We think we're doing it right.
Much of the land here is highly erodible. The Nichols family does no-till corn and soybeans using terraces to help save soil, but they keep the majority of their land in hay and grass.
Cattle can graze, and in a managed program where stewardship and care for the land is important, you can have them out on the land and the land can be protected, the water quality can be maintained and improved, and I think Nichols Farms is a great example of that.
Dave is especially proud of a 160-acre section his dad bought in 1946. The field had been abandoned and was so badly eroded that not even weeds would grow in some places. After decades of careful stewardship, the land is now healthy and productive.
Because of cattle, we were able to utilize their manure and utilize the grass, and this farm now has a proven yield of 180 bushel of corn, and this hay crop this year I expect to get 6 tons an acre. So I started really early in life understanding that we are stewards of this land, and my dad's dream was that every acre of land that he owned, he would leave it better than when he found it. And it gives me a lot of pride to know that this land is what's going to feed our cows this winter.
While reducing soil erosion, the Nichols also protect water quality. They've planted wide buffer strips along the streams that pass through their land, and they've built dozens of ponds for cattle and wildlife. They fence out the ponds, running pipeline to stock tanks so the water stays clean and clear. Alongside the dry lots where their bulls and heifers are developed, the Nichols family invested in settling basins to ensure any runoff is captured and filtered.
And so we spent somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000 and put up settling basins and structures, and we did this without government grants. We did this not because we had to, but because we wanted that any runoff of our lots was going to stay there. I just look back and think that was one of the best things we did.
As one of the largest purebred cattle operations in the U.S., Nichols Farms hosts visitors from around the world, and Dave is skilled at sharing the story of how the family manages the cattle and the land.
These cows are converting sunshine and water and energy and putting it into beef while they're improving the land.
A beef industry leader and passionate about the land he loves, Dave Nichols and his family believe stewardship pays dividends now and for the future.
My goal in life is I want to grow 2 blades of grass where my dad grew 1. I want to wean an 800-pound calf where he weaned a 400-pound calf, and save the soil. I believe that we are stewards of the soil, but one of the reasons we're placed on earth is to improve the soil and improve life for people, and we can do both. And cows and forages, improve the land for future generations.
If you'd like to find out more about the Environmental Stewardship Award, see photos and videos, or learn how to apply for the award, just visit the website environmentalstewardship.org.